not sometimes think, if he can sexualize me and I'm young enough to be his daughter, who's to say he doesn't sexualize my kids?
I'm gonna need you girls with kids to realize that you ain't got that many options.
They want you to feel lucky. They want you to feel lucky that somebody like them would want you when you have kids.
I thought I would use this platform as a way to connect with people. My kids take up a lot of my time.
Or I just don't go enough places to meet people. And bottom line, most of the good ones are taken.
I got married and it just didn't work out. Black women choose their husbands the same way they choose their baby daddies.
Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Now, before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to make sure you get on my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get right into it.
If you are a single mom and you are dating a man old enough to be your dad and he's looking after your kids from another man or whatever it is, and you're like, yay, he's looking after me, I don't care if he's a granddad, no worries. Do you not sometimes think, if he can sexualize me and I'm young enough to be his daughter, who's to say he doesn't sexualize my kids?
Not the same thing.
Does that thought ever cross your mind when you are blending families?
Is she thinking, if he can sexualize me? You're a grown woman with grown woman features, a grown woman body, sometimes even a teenager. Even though she starts to develop womanly shape, she's not grown. Why can't some men just be normal? He doesn't have to wash your kids. Don't let him wash your kids. Depending on how old they are, he can monitor, but they should be learning, the mother should be teaching them how to wash themselves. I gotta say this, when I was 40 years old, I knew how to wash myself. Actually, people in my family, we were walking at 8 months. Seriously, we had a whole bunch of 11 room of kids, 8 months, talking, walking, and feeding themselves. Why did that happen? Seriously, I know you may be thinking we're crazy, but what they would do was like strap the kids to a potty and they couldn't get up unless they poo-pooed. So potty training, had the kids in the walker. What did we learn? Independence. Yes, I have a very independent family and kids got to learn early. No more babies. The mother needs to train them. And well, no man should watch a kid unless it's his kids.
You guys, I told the UPS guy on Monday that I liked his hoodie. And today I had this waiting on my desk. I'm so excited. Let's try her on. Brown. Oh my God. No way. So sweet. Shout out to our UPS guy, Jonathan. I am just like speechless. Speechless. Are you kidding me? I will be repping this like there's no tomorrow.
You see the things y'all can get away with. I gotta say this, because if the shoe was on the other foot and that was a man telling somebody, hey, you have a nice shirt, or I like that blouse you're wearing, he'd be facing so much turmoil. You couldn't imagine it, but it's true. It is wild that things are like that. And that's why a lot of men don't talk. They don't bother talking to some woman. They don't want to deal with the headaches.
I'm gonna need you girls with kids to realize that you ain't got that many options. You lucky we even here. I mean, options is low. You better get what you can get. You're lucky. Cause I just want y'all to think. Y'all be wanting dudes that's single, no kids, not entertaining no other female, but you got 2 baby fathers.
Now, his energy is off, but he's right. You see it all the time on social media. Oh, I have kids. I got 5 kids, but I want a man that has no kids. Or you hear it. I don't want anybody with baby mamas. I don't want to deal with it.
We supposed to pick up their responsibility and we have no kids. I just need y'all to process that. Like, we don't have to be here. Message.
Without even realizing it, he gave the game away. You notice how many times he said lucky? That's what it is. They want you to feel lucky. They want you to feel lucky that somebody like them would want you when you have kids.
That's about right. That's about right. Yeah.
Lucky that somebody like them would want you and you have a high body count. Lucky that somebody like them would want you and you're plus size. They always want you to feel lucky. Why do they want you to feel lucky? Because again, he gave the game away. You want us to be faithful? They want you to feel lucky to be with them so they could dog you out. They really want you to settle for them, but they're trying to convince you that they're settling for you. Just because she has kids doesn't mean she doesn't have standards. They always jump on the internet and try to make it seem like their preferences are every man's preferences. Not every man wants a single mother. That's true. But not every single mother wants every man either.
Yeah, but he's sort of right. You got 3, 4 kids, or you're big, or, you know, your personality's off. Anything wrong with you. And that's anybody, man or woman, right? But mostly women. You got to understand. You really should be happy that a man is talking to you. You should be appreciative. Now, the energy he's bringing when he says it, the energy he has, it's off. It is. And that's what you're attacking. But you can't hide the fact that it's true. It is. It just wasn't, because it was said by the wrong audience. He was giving Pookie energy when he said it. He was. I see that you saw that and you're attacking him because of that, but that's how most men feel. It doesn't make sense. Why would a man want to be with someone that has 3 kids that he can't raise himself? He's not doing it.
So I thought I would use this platform as a way to connect with people. I don't get out much. I'm a single mom and my kids take up a lot of my time.
Into a couple of thirst traps.
So yeah, just wanted to connect with people.
Thirst trapping in the most nastiest way. You see that? You see that boo hang? With no bra on? Disgusting. Now, some guys like it, but desperate. Most likely divorced. Most likely over the age. Fishing. Thirsting. By thirst trapping. Thirsting. Take me. I'm in dire. I'm starving out here. Look at her. Starving. Look at that face. That's that starving face. I'm starving.
Always complaining. It's hot. I'm hungry.
Feed me. Anything to get a man. It's dry out here.
All right, look, I'm going to just say it because it needs to be said. To me, anyways, this is, for me, my own personal opinion. There is nothing, and I mean nothing more attractive in a man. If he has kids is the most attractive thing that will ever be in a man. For me. Is seeing a dad being a dad. Oh my God, nothing gets me like seeing a dad being a dad. Oh, you change diapers. You do school drop-offs. You spend time with your kid without having to be asked. Oh, God, there's nothing more attractive to me than a good active dad. So to my good dads, my active dads, not you bum baby dads, no. To you dads who are dadding. Oh, I see you, daddy. I see you.
Desperate.
Have a good day.
So you decided to get Wingstop without me? Look at that. Look at all the stuff you already ate. You got Wingstop.
Good, bro. You don't be cooking, so what you expect me to do?
So you went out your way to go get Wingstop. Ate the whole what?
Tell them how you just wanted to make me... Face the camera at me.
What?
Just wanted to make me some noodles. I'm not finna sit here eating noodles all the time.
So you went out your way and you got... what count did you get, actually?
Don't worry about it.
A 10-piece count. And you decided not to even give me one. You decided to share. I was in the room.
Bro, you always offering me noodles. I don't want to eat noodles, so I'm gonna go get what I want to eat.
I was in the room, minding my own business, and I come out here, and you're eating Wingstop.
Okay.
And you
eat some noodles. You wanted noodles? Eat noodles.
Who does that stuff, Kevin?
Kevin Howard.
That's so ridiculous. You know I love Wingstop, and you decide to sit here and not give me Wingstop? Huh?
Girl, bye.
So just for that, I'm actually going to give you noodles for the rest of your eternity.
Yeah, and he'll keep getting Wingstop. I mean, you're not cooking. The man's got to eat. And you should be cooking so you can save money. right? The fact that he had to buy Wingstop is nuts, but you don't see how it's nuts. You say you're gonna get noodles for the rest of his life, man.
It's easy to start feeling bitter and jaded towards men after having negative experiences, but I'm trying to be as open-minded and open-hearted as I can dating-wise. There are good men out there. I am not a man hater. I know a lot of really great men. The next guy that you date didn't do the things that the last guy did to you. Be careful, protect yourself, but try to be open. As hard as it is, try not to bring the baggage from the past relationships into the new ones.
So, my car needs the coil packs, like somebody said, and the starter plugs, or I think it's like spark plugs. It's running on 3 cylinders instead of 4. The cost is $541. And I have a credit card coming for $300, and all my bills are overdue. I don't know how I'm going to come up with, it's sad. It's hard for me to come up with $241. I'm going to have to figure something out. This stresses me out, and Christmas is coming, and I still can't get my ABS fixed. It's not the sensor, it's the wire, and it's a $300 fix. I'm really sick and tired of cars. I wish I was dating somebody that worked on cars, but I'm not, because where I live, most of the people here are weird or gross, or I just don't go enough places to meet people, and bottom line, most of the good ones are taken. So I'm always fighting for myself and my 2 kids, and I'm lucky if I ever get child support. It is a stressful life, and I'm sure most of my single mom friends understand. We just do what we got to do.
Yeah, you laid on your back without a problem. You knew he was a loser. That's the thing. Like, all of the time you see them complaining about guys they knew were a loser, and they got with him because, oh, he made me feel good. He wasn't too clingy. You know, that's what you wanted. That's what you got. And now you're complaining on the internet about it, saying you wish he would give you some child support. Nobody wants to hear it.
I know who's a true eater from the second we start kissing, because if somebody starts gripping up on your bottom lip and starts like suckling real slow, or they're like just making out with your lips, I'm trying to describe this as best as I can, but they're making sweet, sweet love to just your lip, and they're passionate about this intensity of not just kissing you, but of sensually showing you that what they want to do to your lady bits, okay? They're suckling on every ounce of your lip, and you're just like, oh, I know what's going to happen. Oh, I know what's going. Oh, in your brain, you're just thinking, oh, this is a real one. I know you are a real one if when you're kissing me, you get a hold of this one, and you just make out at the bottom.
What's going on?
Lip. Or a little tongue suckle. I'm out. Tongue suckling is, you have to do it sensually. You can't just be, on a tongue. But like, I love a good slurpee to my tongue. I know who you are.
You know what that remind me of? That remind me of a rap song. My cousin's a rapper, right? It's getting close. It's around that time. What time is that for her? My cousin used to say this: stay away from shorty while she ovulating. Control the population. She is most likely ovulating, and she's ready. A man needs to be very careful. Strap up, because she will pit one out on you. And then now she's single mom, crying the same thing the last one was crying.
Overweight single mom who lives with her parents wants man who makes $5 million a year to marry her under a prenuptial agreement that he doesn't have access to the wealth in a trust that she doesn't know the rules of or how much is in it. Does that summarize it?
Yeah, but I get it. I'm overweight.
That's not the key and point. What I'm looking at is the idea versus the reality of the thing.
I think what he's just trying to say, it's a bit not realistic. I mean, $5 million a year.
And I keep saying that these are my standards right now. It can change when I meet the right man. God doesn't know what he's going to put for me.
It's delusional. Why would God send a man with $5 million to suffer?
What? I'm sorry, wait, how would he suffer? How would he suffer?
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
If we are to assume for a moment that you think, okay, I'm a prize or I'm the prize or whatever, I wonder if women ever internalize this in their prayer of the thing I want. I want thing, I pray for thing. That you might right? And if you did, why would God send a man to suffer for you?
You know what they don't understand and why he would suffer is the guy, and this is how men think. He's built himself up. What now? If a guy makes 5 million, you have to understand how he got there. He thought to himself, work first, play later. See, you don't understand that with men, that's how we think and that's how we operate. And that's what actually helps us reach our goals. We think, play later. So you're thinking, play now, do everything. That's why you're overweight. That's why you're big. I don't want to point out that you're big, but you are. You thought play now by eating, satisfying myself. That's how you played. He didn't play at all. He grinded. So him getting with you, he's lowering himself for you. Yeah, it seems like it's hard to understand, but it's simple. Very simple. And he will be lowering himself for you. And it's wild that they still have that dream bubble. They have the dream bubble over their head. Every day they walk the street, they get up in the morning, dream bubble. Boop, boop. It's like they're walking in the cartoon. Boop, boop. You know, the boats popping up like in the cartoon. You watching a comic. You watching your favorite Spider-Man comic as a kid. That's how they walk around all day. Boop, boop. It's like the Barbie Dreamland. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, get a man like this. Boop, boop. 10 bodies. You got 10 bodies today. You reached an achievement. Yeah. Seriously, that's what's like a dreamland in their brain.
Like a morning shift. I need some head.
This guy is sitting on his like back porch and he's holding this spool of wire, and his wife is like recording him and she's like, "What are you doing out here?" And
Hey, what are you doing? I came out to check on you.
he's like kind of looking in this like sullen expression. He's like, I bought this like 40 years ago.
It's wire. It's a spool of wire. And I'm almost out of it. Can you see the spool of wire?
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost out of it.
Okay.
And I've had this spool of wire for like 40 years.
Oh man, she didn't see it. He wanted to connect with her about all the experiences he had with the wire. It lasted. That's a long time. I'm 43 years old. The man had a spool of wire. He used to probably fix things, put things together, fix light sockets that broke. Tons of things he did with that wire. And that wire has probably worked on so many other things. Like it probably worked for the light switch. It probably worked for a remote control car, right? He could have done many things with that. I remember one time it was time to build. He wanted to build with her.
But it's like 40 years of my life is in the wire that's gone. Does that make sense? This is what's left.
It was like this invitation for her to be open, kind of ask questions, just be with him.
Yeah.
But instead she kind of turned it around and made it into some joke.
I'm sorry to hear that, and sad for you, but you're wearing your Jets hat, and I'm a little concerned right now that you're wearing your Jets hat. I thought that's why you were crying.
You could see there was like this invitation of vulnerability. He was open, he was sharing. It's like your classic kind of straight dude trying to share something, and then the second she said that, he just shut down. He said, forget it.
Okay.
And I think it kind of illustrates like when someone gives you an invitation into a vulnerable experience, exactly what you said is the way you should approach it. The second you get into some solution, or the second you kind of ask these conclusive questions because you kind of have this preconceived notion about what's going on, is the second they go another 20 years without sharing anything.
Mm-hmm.
It was a really annoying TikTok.
I can imagine. He was definitely frustrated, and that actually hurt his heart. Like, what's funny? They don't realize, they say men are not emotionally mature. When actually men have moments like that where we look at something and we start breaking it down and we reminisce, and we do that a lot. I think we do it more. So who's really the emotional immature ones? I mean, think about it. Right away, she thought joke, laugh on his expense. So that made him more frustrated. She's joking while he's trying to go deep with her. She lost him. She did.
Black women, we gotta stop having children with men that are not committed to us.
They do not care. Those of us with sense have to accept the fact that by and large, as a collective, black women do not care. Oh, he changed while I got pregnant. Listen, I live in a very red state, and all the women's health clinics are still open for business. I got married and it just didn't work out. Black women choose their husbands the same way they choose their baby daddies. So no wonder you still end up being a baby mama.
Real talk.
They do not care about the poverty. They do not care about the mental health of the child. They do not care about the abandonment issues and the lifetime of therapy that child will need. They do not care. They do not care. So what do we do?
Yeah, that's not going to stop. It's not. And they choose their man, not all, but a lot, based off, they say, listen to Beyonce. I want a soldier. They listen to songs like that. I want a soldier. What is that guy doing? A guy that's out there selling drugs on the street. And that's the guy that you get into a situation because he's not available. So let me trap him. Let me have his baby. Right? So meanwhile, he's doing it because he's lazy. He's just, and you're just taking it going and running to the doctor. Knowing that man is not going to be with you, knowing he's going to be in jail. I mean, and it's not even situations. That's not just the only situation that happens. Many others. But as he said, that's how you choose your man. It's foul.
You did have 3 kids. And by the way, I'll say this for everyone out there, and especially the women out there, the single women who might be looking for their life partner. I really liked the fact that she had kids. Because I have kids and I wanted most especially somebody who I knew, this person doesn't have to take care of my kids, but I wanted somebody who was in the mindset of taking care of another person. Yeah. That's what I wanted. That was just me. A lot of people will say, like I've seen people say that single moms are sloppy seconds. To me, the way I see that is, well, as a man who went through a divorce, I'm in a better position to be what a woman needs now because of the fact that I failed and I had to learn from my mistakes. So the fact that now I see somebody who has also failed technically, and failure being like your marriage or your relationship, right, but they're in a position to where they're still wanting to try again, indicates to me that that person has learned from their mistakes, whatever that might be, and is now in at least somewhat of a better version of themselves to be a better partner to somebody else. So that's the thing that y'all language y'all dudes don't know that say that stuff. You don't understand that. In my opinion, you might actually be a better version of your partner in a woman that has been divorced or that is a single mom.
You and you alone.
No, he shouldn't be targeting what other men say. Like, not everybody's like you, bro. For you to target men for not wanting that, actually, it's smart. Unless you have a lot of kids, right? And you want a woman that has kids too, that's fine. Then it's for you. But a lot of times, for a man to think like you, he has to be mature and in a situation like you, and also not want to deal with the headaches. Why is that? Because a lot of men who have kids don't have the kids with them. You understand? They're not bringing their kids to go living at home. But you may have the kids with you. So you see it a total different way. But if you don't, why would you bash the men that think that way? I think it's a correct and logical way to think. that a man doesn't want to get with a woman, even if he has kids. It's actually the opposite. They say, I don't want a man that has kids. A man can say that, right? Because I'm like in that situation too. I have a son, but my son doesn't live with me. He lives with his mother. If my wife would have had kids, that would have been a whole different ball game because he's living with me. So you can't bash men for being right, because that's what you're doing, bashing them for being right. But yeah, but I say this to the ladies out there: this is the kind of man that's for you. You can still find him. Just hope you find a guy like this and make him your husband. But yeah, y'all, thank y'all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next video.